Hi, welcome to Padai Planet, and we have one of the good questions from probability chapter, and let's carefully follow this. This is a very good question. It says that which of the following arguments are correct and which are not correct. Give reasons for your answer. Right. So let's look at the first argument which is there. It says if two coins are tossed simultaneously, are there are three possible outcomes, right? So there is coin 1. Suppose this is coin 1 and we can call it as C1, and then there is another coin which is C2. Now these coins are tossed simultaneously, right? So there are only three possible outcomes. There are three possible outcomes. One outcome is outcome 1. What is the outcome? That from both the coins we may get heads, right? So this is outcome number 1. This is outcome number 1. Now they're saying the second outcome could be that it's a tails. So we can then write the outcome number 2, and the outcome number 3 is that one of each. So that's the outcome number 3. So we can write it like this. This is outcome number 2, and here both the coins have given tails. And in outcome number 3, any one of them can give any one of them, right? So it could be heads or tails. Similarly, from coin 2 also it could be heads or tails. It doesn't matter, right? Now what they are saying is, therefore for each of these outcomes, right, the probability is 1/3. Now let's just calculate this for question number 1. So let's calculate first the probability of the outcome number 1. Now for this, the probability of outcome number 1 is that for C1, let's calculate the probability of heads, and then there's going to be and in this, right? Because both the options are going to be calculated together. It's an and relationship, right? So this is going to be a multiplication, and then let's write the coin 2 probability of H. So let's now write, so the probability of heads for coin 1 is going to be 1/2, right? Because heads is one option, or there's only one option, and there are total number of possible options are 2. So that is 1/2 multiplied by 1/2. So that's 1/4. So this 1/3 is actually at least not getting true. It's not standing true in this situation. Now similarly, we will find the probability of, it's question number 1 only. So in question number 1 we have to find the probability of the option number 2, which is both the coins give tails, right? So again this is going to be a multiplication, because here we have got the situation of and here, right? This is like C2P probability of tails. So that is again going to be 1/2 multiplied by 1/2, and that's 1/4. So again this is not satisfying, this is not satisfying, right? This one is also not satisfying the 1/3 condition. This is not getting satisfied. Now let's look at the option number 3. So probability of option number 3. So Here again we will write the same thing, C1 P and any one of these two, either heads or tails, multiplied by C coin number 2 probability of any one of the two sides of the coin. So like since they are saying anyone, so either heads will come or tails will come, both are fulfilling the condition for coin 1. So it will be like 1 over 1, right, multiplied by, here also it is fulfilling the condition any one of these two. So this is like 1 over 1. So finally what we get answer as 1 here, right? So this is the thing. Now this is also not satisfying the condition of 1 over 3. So our this statement which is there in statement number 1, that is standing false, that is not correct, right? Now let's look at the second option. So it says that if a die is thrown, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number, right? So there could be let's rub this so that we have the here instead of coins we are talking about dices. So and there are only two options we are talking, so we'll change the question a bit, right? So we will now make it like dice 1 and dice 2, right? So in the option number 1 they are saying if a die is thrown there are two possible outcomes, right? The possible outcomes are that there is this is one, if a die is thrown there are two possible outcomes, so the dice is thrown only once first. So let's just consider this is the dice and this is thrown once, so there could be two possible outcomes. Option number 1, outcome number 1 is that an odd number will come or the even number will come. So if the odd number will come, then what will be the possibility? The possibility of an odd number is going to be, let's write down the odd numbers. So the odd numbers are 1, 3 and 5, and the even numbers are 2, 4, 6. Now they are saying that dice is thrown, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number. Therefore the probability of getting an odd number is 1 over 2. So let's calculate the probability of an odd number, and that is P odd number. Probability of odd number is total number of options which would satisfy our condition of odd numbers. So there are 3 such situations, right? 3, and then it could be divided by, it needs to be divided by the total number of possible outcomes, and that is 6. So the final answer will be 1 over 2. So this is 1 over 2. So our question number 2 is actually standing true. This is true, this statement, while this statement is not true, it is false. So I hope you could understand this question. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.